Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about credit cards. I wanted to share my own spiel and my own personal experience from using credit cards. I've used credit cards for about 4 years now, which isn't a lot of time, but I want to show you guys everything that I've learned while using them. And I'll show you guys which cards I have, why I have them, and as well as how to manipulate your credit as well as those credit cards to benefit you in the long run with building your credit, which would help you secure home loans, automobile loans, or even just loans in general, or even bigger and better credit cards. I'll show you guys where I started and everything about them. So I wanted to show you guys which ones I have, when I got them, why I got them, and what do I use them for, and go through all the little details as well. I have 4 of them. You don't need 4, and you shouldn't really get 4. I'm very young, and I only need like 1 or 2. Especially if you're young, you don't need a lot. When you get older, I think 4 is like the max you should ever have, ever in your lifetime. So getting your first credit card is the hardest thing possible. It's like getting a loan, basically it is. No one wants to lend to you. You have no credit. Well, you do have credit, but it's not actively starting yet. And they see that. They go through your background, your social security number, all that, and they see what loans have you taken out and stuff like that. So I would advise anyone who has a credit union first, Altura, Westcom, Arrowhead, there's a bunch of others nationwide. Get with them first and see if you can get a small little loan from them. I think that's how I started. Or actually, no, I did that second, but you should start this way. Get a little small loan for whatever you get. Don't max it out, but get like $1,000 loan. That's what I started with. Just $1,000 loan, and just pay it on time every month, and then I'll build your credit a little bit. And I'll kind of give you like a credit history because you took out a loan and paid it back 100%. Make sure you're on the payments though. Set it to auto pay if you have to. Never default on a payment ever. You know what to do that. It's just more stress and more money, and you gain interest and overdraft fees and all this other stuff, which is just worse for you. Make sure you have a source of income as well. You never want to get a credit card, and you shouldn't get a credit card without a source of income, and credit card lenders will give you the credit card because they want you to fail. That's how they make their money. All these credit card companies, they're willing to give you their credit cards and these high limits or whatever because they make money off you defaulting on your payment, not paying your payment, and they tack on that interest and overdraft fees, all those fees, like I said, and it can come out to like 10, 20, even 30% of what you spend. And and it keeps people in like a cycle. Then pay it off, and they have more bills that they need the credit card to pay, and it's kind of like a cycle, back and forth. I got mine, first one was Discover. It was the Discover It. I think this is the Discover It Chrome. They have another one that is Discover It. That one's actually better than this one. I thought this one was the first one that I guess accepted me. I think I tried for Capital One a year before I tried for this one, and I had a job, no credit, no nothing, no history, but they didn't accept me. And the thing that sucked is Capital One, since I sent them an application for the credit card, they dinged me as a hard inquiry on my credit report. So it lowered my credit score, and even though my credit wasn't active, so it lowered my credit score. And it kind of dings you for 2 years, I think. 2 to 3 years is when you could take that hard inquiry off. I applied for this one, and I got it. And usually most cards, they come with the welcome bonus. It's usually like $200, some are $300, $100. They're around there. But you need to spend a certain amount. It's usually in 3 months, around like 1,000, and that's not really much in 3 months. And once you spend that, then they'll send that money to your credit card. It doesn't come cash. It comes like as a payment, if that makes sense. Like rewards. That's what it comes as. They started me off at a $200 limit. $200 a month. I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't really buy groceries for $200 a month. Usually groceries you go every week or every other week, and it's about $100 to $200. So for a whole month, I couldn't really do much, but I had to stick with it because it's the only one that would lend to me. You only want to spend. There's like a threshold. I do it under 3%. Some people say it's under 10% of your whole limit. So you take your whole limit, $200. 10% of 200 is $20. So if you spend, you could only spend $20 every month, which is crazy. No one could live off that. And you don't want to go over the threshold, or it'll hurt your credit score by a little bit, and not right then and there. It takes time, like a month or two, for the credit report to come in and be, I guess, exchanged or reviewed. I'll tell you like this. So since this limit was $200, if I go and I spend $200, never go over the limit, no matter what. But if I ever spend $200, that's literally the whole limit. Next day or the following day, just pay it off right there before it hits the next payment date. It'll tell you too, oh, your next payment is this date. Pay it off before that date, usually in full. No matter what, always, no matter what it says. It's always going to give you the minimum payment of like, let's just say you spend $200, it's going to give you like $20 or $25. And your balance is going to go, so if you only pay the minimum, $25, the rest amount of money is going to go over onto your next payment. And it's probably just going to be the same thing, another $25, but your balance just keeps growing. And that's what they want, because they want you not to pay it off, for it to collect interest. Because all the money that is in this month that goes over to the next month, you get charged interest on that because you didn't pay it off. Because you should pay it off. It's only a month-to-month credit card. All the credit cards are. If you don't pay it off, they charge you interest. And interest on credit cards, especially right now, I think you could probably find something lower, but they're usually around 19% all the way up to 30%. So that's pretty big money if you're talking about $2,000. Every 6 months you get a chance. Usually they do it. Well, sometimes they do it, but I suggest you do it yourself. Is request a credit line increase. And what that would do is they'll go back and they'll go over all your stuff and say, oh, you've been a customer with us for 6 months or a year or so, whatever, half a year, and you've been on your payments on time, all your payments, and you haven't missed one. It seems like you got more income coming in as well, so yeah, we'll give you an increase. And like I said, it's usually automatic, they do it, but most of the time you have to ask for it, and usually it's in their app or you call them up, but it's better doing the app. And they ask you like what's your income and if it changed or whatever. When you first get the credit card, put your normal income, but put a little bit above it. You always want to put like $1,000 or $2,000 above it, whatever it is. Even if you get a raise, put like $1,000 above it. It'll get you a higher credit limit, which is good in the future, in the long run. You know, when you're making bigger purchases, like let's say you want to buy furniture, you could do it all in one card. You could just use one card to buy all that furniture. You don't need to spread them all out and do all this extra stuff that you don't need to. And usually they give you the credit line increase after 6 months. If you keep asking though, and like before the 6 months or 6 months, and then you ask again next day or next couple of days, they'll just keep declining you. Don't keep asking, especially if they decline you the first time. You know, don't go back and try to change the numbers and see if they accept you. It'll just make it worse. Just wait another 6 months that you're gonna have to do it, and then try again. But this time, do it a little bit above where your income is. Whatever you buy with the credit card, don't buy something unless you know and you see that money in the bank, so you know you could pay it off. Don't rely on, oh, this money's gonna come in, I'm gonna get another job, I'm gonna get a raise, because you're relying on something that you don't have right now, and you're spending on stuff right now. It doesn't add up. After I got Discover, and I'll go through all the stuff with you guys as well, all the rewards it gets and everything like that. So I had told you guys this was the first card that accepted me, and it had decent, I guess, benefits or rewards with it. But after that one, I got one of the best cards that I've ever gotten with American Express. This is a see-through card, so I blurred out all the numbers so you guys can't see it and stuff. It's a really cool card, and this one has the most benefits. Whenever you're getting a credit card, you always want to look for, if you love traveling, get those miles, the Sky Miles, and points. If not, day-to-day spending, which I only do. I don't really care for traveling that much. Plus, most people only travel like 4 to 5 times their lifetime, so I don't think it's worth it. Whenever you get a credit card, don't just get a normal credit card that doesn't do anything. You guys want to get cash back no matter what. And most credit cards have cash back nowadays, but it's like an extra benefit to you spending on your credit card. The Amex card, they started me at 10 grand. Yeah, they started me at 10 grand, so it was a huge jump from my Discover, which was only $200. I think the Discover, since I said it was a year, I think I tried once or maybe twice to increase it, and I got it up to 500 once, and then I think 1,000 to 1,300, 1,300. So that was still very low. So I'm like, I need another one. So just so I could spread out all my not finances, all my spending, because you always, no matter what, want to spend on a credit card, and I'll tell you guys all the details about that at the end. American Express, I think they're the best. The only thing that sucks is with them, some of these merchants, especially smaller merchants or vendors, especially like if you go nail salons or like food trucks or usually stuff like outside or smaller, they don't really take that stuff. Or even mom and pop shops, they don't really take American Express. They don't take it because they get charged a higher fee, a processing fee. So all these companies are payment processors. That's what they are. Then there's 4 huge ones. There's Visa, there's MasterCard, American Express, and then what's the third one? Oh, and Discover. Those are the 4 huge ones. There might be another one, or no, I don't think there is actually. Maybe a newer one, but those are the 4 biggest ones out there. And American Express charges the merchant the most. I think it's like I think it's at like 9% or 11%. I'm not even sure, but that's how much they charge for the payment to be processed. It's kind of like Amazon. You guys buy something from Amazon, and most of the time you're not buying it from Amazon, if that makes sense. It'll show you like who's the manufacturer and what company, and it'll say like a random Chinese manufacturer, Chinese company, and Amazon is just the middleman. So that's what the payment processor is, a middleman. The one that is the most accepted upon vendors and all that is Visa. And so Visa is the most widely used one. This card is always on and off the market. I think they just took it off the market again for another year or 2. After that card, I tried my luck again. When Capital won, after the 2 years, I disputed it, and I think it went off automatically unless I disputed it. But usually after 2 years, you have to dispute all the hard inquiries. And I actually have another closed account, that loan that I was talking to you guys about, that 1,000. I did it with my bank, Arrowhead, and it helped my credit and everything. But since it's a closed account, because I didn't do a reoccurring, kind of like a credit card, a reoccurring balance that you have to pay, that closed account counted as a hard inquiry against my credit. And it's been 3-4 years already, and I tried to dispute it and just taking forever. So after my Capital One dispute came off, and I decided to try again, and I tried again, and because usually Capital One is a really good starter credit card to get into, especially because they have high loan limits. They give you, I think, mine starting was around 10 grand, which is very good for your first credit card. I know, I give, with these cards you can refer people to. I referred one of my friends, and he got 8 grand, I think, or 5 grand. I referred my cousin, and she got around 7 grand. I referred another friend, and she got around 10 grand as well, I think, or 8 grand. So it's a very good starting point. I got Capital One, which is this one, the Save Your credit card. And there's Capital One Quicksilver, which is usually the normal one, which I was going to get. The Savior is more for, I use it for food, and I'll get into all that later, but after that, I got another credit card again back to back. So right after I got that one, like less than a month, I got the Wells Fargo Active. It's the Active Cash, which that one is really good as well, but I only got it only because it's Visa. I don't really trust Wells Fargo, and I know they went through a lot of scams and stuff like that, so that's why I don't really trust them. You want to get all your credit cards, or you want to try to get all your credit cards, all in the same sitting, between like 1 to 3 months. That's why I got all 4 in like that short, I guess, span of time. You only want to do that only because when building your credit, especially with credit cards, you're gonna take dings, like I said, those hard inquiries, and your credit score is gonna go down. I think mine went down a total of 50 points, so that's a lot of points to go down. That's over the whole span of a year or two, and it always has to go down before it gets better. So applying for these credit cards and actually getting accepted, whether you get accepted or not, you're still gonna get those dings, and your credit score is still gonna drop. When you pay and they see that you're responsible with your payments and all that, then it's gonna start coming up, and your credit score actually goes beyond the point where it was. So it's actually building credit. With that being said, it's better to take a bigger punch with all those credit cards, applying and getting all those credit cards near the same time, rather than doing like a loop-de-loop, like waves. So I get one credit card, I take a dip, and then I go up back again. Then I get another credit card, a year later, dip, go back loop again. Because from now on, my credit score is only going up from now. I'm not going to get another credit card. So I've already, exited that out of my credit score. The only other thing that could hurt my credit score is loan types, which would only be for a car or a home. And those are the only 2 I would ever need. You only need like 3 to 4 max. Don't get any other one. There's also credit cards I wanted to talk to you guys about. These credit cards are universal. You can use them anywhere. AMC, you could go to Best Buy, you could go to the street vendors, get popcorn, or a food truck, get tacos, whatever you want to do. They all work. Anywhere and everywhere. And I repeat, do not get the Daniel's Jeweler ones, the Best Buy credit cards, the Macy's credit cards, Target credit cards, whatever you want to do. They're going to lure you in to get those cards. Don't do it. Don't get the Amazon credit cards, none of those credit cards. Those credit cards only work for that store. So you're limited to one store. And if you say, yes, I shop there all the time, and I didn't really get into what rewards they have. I don't know if they have any, but it's just better to always, if you're gonna take a hit, I'd rather it be on a universal credit card than a credit card that only works for one place. You're gonna be having a purse, because you're gonna have all these stacks of credit cards at every different shopping center you go to, and all those other credit cards. I like to minimize everything. Keep everything simple. You know, it is 4 cards is a lot, but like I said, I'm just for a whole lifetime, and I'm glad my wallet didn't have to carry it away. Having all those other stacks of cards is not worth it. So one last thing to go over, I told you guys, once you get a credit card, never use a debit card again, and I really meant that. So with debit cards, you're pulling straight from your own bank, and there's a lot of cons to that. So the whole thing behind credit cards and why people use them is you're using other people's money, first of all, so it's not your own money. That's why you have to pay it off or pay it back with your own money that you link from your own bank account. But it takes a month, so that's an extra plus for you. So instead of paying with your debit card, say you go out and buy a couch. So now you're owed, if you pay with debit card, you're owed $1,000 or whatever the couch costs up front, right then and there. If you pay with the credit card, you pay with the credit card, you don't have to do anything for a whole month. Then you owe that $1,000. So it gives you extra time, whether you're waiting for more money to roll in or whatever it may be. You know, it just gives you an extra little less than a month, about a month, of time to pay it off. Another pro is the money's not coming out of your bank, and that's a security reason. Meaning, like, if anything, let's just say that. So you order from Amazon a product and it comes damaged, right? And you're saying, oh, I want a refund. And the manufacturer says, no, you're not getting a refund. You could dispute the credit card, but do it before you pay it off. You know? And your credit card is on your side because they want their money. Meaning, they're going to have to go fight the manufacturer for you because they're the middleman. Remember, you use their money to pay the manufacturer, and they don't want to give you a refund. You send the item back, whether it's broken or it's gonna come or whatever. They're gonna fight for their money, for your money that you spend, but it's really their money because you haven't paid them for the bank yet. And that dispute is saying, I'm not gonna pay you for my bank yet until you get that product. You know, you pay for a service or a product, you should get that service or product. A security feature there. It also helps with that, so that can happen with fraud as well. So fraud, the same thing. If you notice fraud on your credit card, you freeze it, call them up, stop it, whatever, and it's on them to get their money back. If you do that with a debit card, if you do the Amazon example with your debit card, they won't give you nothing. Your money's gone. The manufacturer took it, they can block you, whatever they want to do. You're never getting your money back. You have to call the police, the international police, or whatever, maybe customs, and try to get your never gonna get. It's like a cookie jar, a debit card, and your bank account. When you let fraud or these other manufacturers' hands get in there, they're grabbing the cookies and they're taking it. But the credit card is like an extra cap on there, so they have to go through this ceiling, this cap, just to get out through that middleman, just to go towards the manufacturer, whoever you want to pay. So it's very good and secure. Now, going on to another pro, you get rewards. Now, like I said, I keep everything simple. You want to look for cards that don't cost you any money. People might say, oh, these cards are good because they have the most amount of rewards, but they might have an annual fee, and you don't want that. When you're not spending, which you shouldn't always be spending anyways. You're going to do it evidently. But there comes a time where you want to save. Maybe you're saving up for a house or a new car, whatever it may be, and you want to spend the least amount. You don't want an extra fee or payment on top of all the other ones you have. Hulu, Netflix, all these streaming services and stuff like that. It's just an extra burden. And usually they don't equal out to the rewards that it gets you. Alright, so we're going to go
just online. Top credit cards of 2024. Let's see what pops up. With no annual fee, which is really good. Like I said, you always want to look for no annual fees. And best overall is the Wells Fargo Active Cash. I have that one. Look at that $200 bonus. You're spending 500 in 3 months. So exactly like I said. So only got them because they're Visa. Like I told you guys, Visa is the most widely accepted payment processor out there. Probably because they charge the cheapest percent to process that payment. 2% on anything and everything, no matter what. Unlimited. This is a good one too, double cash. It's the same thing. You have other more promotions on it, but it's only for a limited time. I don't really like to gamble on stuff like that. I'd rather just get, especially on finances, I'd rather just get something more, or that's more stable. Now this one, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, it's a huge contender to my credit cards. It is a Visa, and so what it does is 5% on travel using their stuff, which is Chase. Don't really travel and stuff like that. You get 5% on gift cards as well. I don't really buy gift cards, especially not for people's birthday. I feel like there's no thought into thinking of a gift for someone's birthday. 3% cash back on drugstore purchases. That's pretty good, but you have to define what drugstore is. And dining, so 3% is pretty good, especially on restaurants and dining, including takeout and delivery service, and then 1.5 on everything else. So that's pretty good. Mainly uses for dining. I don't really know what drugstores is. Hopefully the bigger chains like Walmart and Target are going to be in there as well, listed as drugstores, but you can only imagine. It's better to find out before you get the credit card. That doesn't really say. It's better to just call them and find out, because that would suck if you get it and it's only like CVS or something like that. But 3% for dining is pretty good. That's exactly what my other one has. Bank of America is 1.5 on everything, so that's pretty good. 1.5 points. Percent's always better. The autograph card. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was telling you guys about. So 1% unlimited automatically. So this is weird. So this isn't mine. Mine's Discover It Chrome. This is the one I was telling you about, the Discover It by itself, and this is a newer card. So with mine, I get like 3% on gas, and then I get 1% on everything, kind of like what this one is doing too. But this one you don't get 3% on gas, and this one you get 5% on. I don't know what the quarterly maximum is. You would have to call them and see what quarterly maximum they're asking for. But so it's saying every quarter you have to activate a certain thing on their app, and it'll go through, and I guess it'll give you 5% on whatever you purchase per quarter, 4 times a year. So this is the one I kind of have, but this one is $95 per year, which that's not good. We don't want that. You do get $250 with 3,000. I think I got 300 or maybe 600. I'm not sure, with a certain amount of spending I got. But this is mine. There's just an upgraded version. They've been wanting me to upgrade. They've been sending me mail and messages on the app, and don't upgrade. This one sucks. Doesn't suck. It's good, but you don't never want the fees, the annual fees. It's not worth it. $100 a year. Even though it sounds like a little bit, it's still not worth it though. So this one you get 6%, 6,000 per year, and 6% on US supermarkets. So for mine, I think mine's a little different. I'll go over mine later. So 6% on streaming services, and then 3% on gas, and I guess rideshare stuff. and then 1% back on everything else. So it doesn't have. Here's the best one. Let me search up the one I have. There we go. Oh wait. Okay. Oh wow, what the heck? Oh no, not this one. What the heck? Okay, yeah, this is the one I have. So the quick silver, you get 1.5% on everything, which is my other one that I wanted to get from Capital One. But that's just the entry one that everyone gets. I got the savior one because I already had other card rewards above 1%, so I didn't need that. This one does 3% unlimited on dining, entertainment, streaming services, grocery stores, and I only use it for restaurants anyways because it's 3%. I never deal with entertainment. In grocery stores, pretty good, but I think I have another one already on 3% anyways. So let me check we already did the Wells Fargo one. The Discover. Cool.
Oh yeah, Trey, I fucking feel ya. They be staring at the money like it's unfamiliar. I get it, I live it, to me there's nothing realer. Just enough to solve your problems, too much to kill ya. And when I leave, I always come right back here. The young spitter that everybody in rap fear. A lot of y'all are still sounding like last year.
Okay, so I guess it gets 2% back on gas stations, not 3%. Only for 1,000 a year. I mean each quarter.
Take my verses too serious, you hate me, cause I'm the one to paint a vivid picture, no HD.
So you basically only get 1% on everything and then 2% of gas stations and restaurants. But I already have one for, I have 2 cards, one for dining 3% and one for gas station 3%. So this one's obsolete. That's why I don't really use it. It's like, this is the my lowest card. Let me see that.
I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. Yeah, I want things to go my way.
So this one you get 3% on grocery stores, up to $6 grand a year.
And my mother tried to run away from home, but I left.
Oh, this one, okay, yeah. So I get 3% on online retail. So whenever I'm I always shop online anyways. You know, I don't usually go out. I always stay in the house anyways. But whenever I shop, I always shop online, and I use this card because it gives me 3% online off of all retail purchases. And then I use it for gas as well. It gives me 3%, and then 1% on everything else. Another good card that is a huge contender with these ones, that the ones I have, is the Sam's Club and Costco cards. Those are one of the best cards you get. The only thing that I don't, the only reason why I don't have that up here is because because you need a membership with them. So it's kind of like an annual fee for the credit card. You can't apply without being one of their members. So you have to pay for their membership anyways. So you're basically paying for the credit card. That's why I didn't add it.
So I wanted to go over and kind of rank them, I guess, from the least helpful to the most helpful, or the one that I most use to the one that I don't really use, and the best card to the worst card. My worst card would be that Discover It card. It was the first one, low limit, not that many rewards, so it's not really good. But first starter one is great. It just started. My second one would be the Wells Fargo Active Cash. It's a standard one, 2% rewards on everything unlimited, which is pretty good. Beat these anywhere, and it's a great starter one, but it's not really, it doesn't really stand out, you know. And Wells Fargo, I don't know, I just don't really like them. I would say my next one would be Capital One.
call me Mr. Damn, he ain't
Capital
capping
One's
that
really good.
easy.
Like I said,
Fans of these
high limit
freshmen is
starting.
about to get iffy while this youngin'
They
that
start
you
you off
got
at a
in
high
is about
limit.
to
They have
get
pretty good
busy.
rewards, especially the
I'ma
savior
kill it, I
ones.
promise
I
this
like
I
to eat
know
out,
you're mad.
go to
I've
fast
always
food,
treated
whatever
my
it may
city
be,
like
especially
some shoulder
restaurants. I love to sit
pads.
and
The
eat
big
restaurants.
homie use a
And I
flash
always
if you
use that
must, and I
card.
swear I ain't asking for much. All I want
And their app is really intuitive, which I really like. It's kind of like consumer thing. My last one would be the Amex card. I use it for everything, and I've always used it for everything. High limit, very great rewards. It actually stands out and rewards you actually use day to day all the time. Their app is amazing. I haven't really had to do much on it, but everything, even to the statements. I think they kept statements from like 2 years ago, which is crazy. So they're really tip-top shape in American Express, which I like. The only downside is not everyone accepts them. With that being said, make sure you get the cards that you're happy with and you like. I'm only giving you suggestions that you guys can take. Whether you take them or not, it's up to you. No, I would like to extend or refer invitations to you guys to get these cards. I think the top ones that I think you guys should get will be my top two, which would be the Capital One. You either get the Quicksilver or the Savior card. The Savior is better, as I explained, or the American Express one. I think I showed you guys that it was online. To get it, it was back in the market. It's just hard to get a little bit. So if you need credit help, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to get referred, feel free to reach out to me. I'll send you a referral link. Even if you're unsure, ask me questions. DM me, put comments at the bottom. Ask me questions and I'll see if I can answer them. I'll try to link the referral links down below. I know I can do it in YouTube. Maybe. I probably can't do it with TikTok. So if you guys are interested in the cards or want more information, like I said, feel free to reach out to me and I refer you through DM or whichever. By watching this video, I hope you guys got a better understanding of learning about credit and credit cards.